Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, can you guys see us? I'm presuming that you can, so we're just going to go ahead with this. So I have my man, Adrian Norman. He's joining me again on the YouTube Live. And I've titled this, Let's Make America Great Again. And that's exactly what we're about to do. So without further ado, we're going to talk about what me and Adrian and a few of us other Black conservatives have done, what we're about to do this weekend, that's going to blow your socks off. Whole socks, toenails, everything coming off, baby. But we have the Young Black Leadership Summit on Friday. We're going to be at the White House. We're going to be meeting with the president, 400 Black leaders from around the country. It's going to be a great weekend. I mean, we're about to change history. And then we got a movement that we're getting ready to release, but we can't tell y'all who the guest speaker is, but you could probably put 2 and 3 together and figure out who it may be. But man, it's gonna change the world, man. Adrian, what you think, man?
Man, I'm excited, bro. Thanks for having me on, first of all. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this trip for a minute, man. We get to go back to Washington, D.C., get to start off the trip on Friday with the White House visit, sit down for basically a meeting with the president, get to hear the president speak. It's just a really, really exciting time, man. I mean, Kanye was there a couple weeks ago. Obviously, it was a little controversial with some of the things that were said and how the media framed it. But at the end of the day, it's cool because he was there to talk about policy ideas on how to fix the community. And that's the exact same reason that we're going to be there. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Unlike these athletes and some of these people who talk a lot of trash, these entertainers and stuff, if you had the opportunity to sit in front of the president or somebody like Dr. Ben Carson or somebody in a position of authority and power in the government, and they can affect change, in my opinion, you should always jump at the chance to take that opportunity and make your voice heard. So it's kind of nice to be a part of the process and to actually have a seat at the table and try to make a difference in the community.
Yeah, man, we about to do it big, man. I mean, we got some pretty good speakers. Like you said, we got Ben Carson, Stacey Dash, Jason Whitlock, Kalion Noir, Maj Touré. I mean, we could go down the list. Clarence Henderson. We got so many dynamic speakers. One of my good friends out here from Scottsdale, Busy Gold. I mean, this is going to be revolutionary. This is the first time in history that we've gotten to have about 400 leaders from around the country to come to the White House to talk to the president about policy, about things that we think can better, serve all communities in America. But enough about that. It's already closed out, so if you haven't signed up, you can't sign up no more. You'll just be watching from the internet. But let's talk about some legit stuff that's going on, man. You and I both went to the Donald Trump rally a couple nights ago in Mesa, Arizona. And tell me what you thought about the rally, man. What you think about it?
Yeah, man, look, it was great. I got there real early. You got there a little bit later than me. So first of all, excuse me, the rally was on was it Friday or Saturday? It was Friday. The rally was on Friday. There were people who got out there on Thursday night and camped out. I mean, people had RVs set up. They had tents. They had, their chairs and stuff. They wanted to be first in line. So people got there the night before just to be at the front of the line and try to see the president, which was amazing to me. That's how much people love this president and what he's doing and what he's bringing to the table and doing for America. So we got there a little early. This was the second rally I went to. The first one was more of just kind of a curiosity thing. I wanted to check it out, meet some people, see what it was all about. This one I'd already gotten the first one under my belt, so I just kind of wanted to go back again kind of for the experience, and I knew a couple of people who were going down. Got there late morning. By the time I got there, it was probably already 300-400 people in line. I mean, it was deep. And everybody was cool. It was just good spirits, good mood. Everybody was just hanging out, having a good time, good vibe. Got to meet some good people. News media was out there doing some interviews. Weren't really a whole lot of protests. They opened the doors up real early, like 2:30-ish, 3-ish. And everybody kind of went in. But basically, I think there was space in the hangar for just over 4,000 people. And according to the Mesa Police Department, man, it was over 35,000 people there. I mean, it was insane. There's people outside in the overflow area. They had big screens outside the hangar because it was at an airport. So they had screens outside the hangar so people who couldn't make it into the actual hangar could see what was going on. It was a good vibe, man. It was electric. You could feel a real positive energy. The president came in and Marine One, the helicopter pulled right up to the hangar. He got out. It was real dramatic. You know, Trump does everything big, so he got to come in and make an entrance. So he made an entrance, and the rest of the night was great, man. It was a good speech. People loved hearing him. I mean, people, we were there for an entire day just to hear this dude speak, and his message was on point. He let Martha McSally speak for a minute. She's the Republican candidate for the House here. So all in all, it was a pretty good night up until the event was over.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, I thought it was tremendously impactful to not only Arizona, but to the nation as a whole, because it just shows the enthusiasm of people on the conservative side. But let me shout out a few super chats real quick while I'm slurring my speech. Malcolm, thank you so much for the super chat. This must be done. There's too much at stake. Referring to the Young Black Leadership Summit. Thank you so much. All right, the other super chat, Patrick K. Thank you so much for the super chat. We have one more super chat. Tonka Jackson, great job, Brandon. What is your take on Ted Cruz rally today? Well, we'll start with this. Thank y'all for the super chats. But I mean, Trump went hard. Came out of Marine One. Marines doing the step. I love watching the Marines come out, go hard, lift the doors down. It's so exciting. And then also a funny thing happened to me, and I'll post a video if y'all don't believe me. I was in the crowd, kind of behind the podium, and when Trump came off the stage, I gave him a thumbs up, and then he looked and pointed straight at me, which signifies to me that it's game time. Because you and I are going to meet the president later this week, and it's going to be amazing. But were you able to watch the Ted Cruz rally? I wasn't able to watch it because I was busy, but I heard a little bit of what Trump said. I guarantee you that the turnout was crazy. If it was crazy in sort of purple, a purple state like Arizona, which we need to be solid red, I could only imagine in the red state of Texas that it was crazy. Were you able to see it, Adrian?
Yeah, I saw like 5-10 minutes of it. I mean, the content of the speech was pretty similar to what he said in AZ, but I mean, I think they sold 77,000 tickets. 77,000 people came out to see this dude. They were in an arena. It's like a sports stadium or something. I don't know where it was held. They actually panned the camera so you could see the crowd, which they don't normally do. So when they moved the camera around, I mean, the entire thing was filled. I mean, the upper deck, the lower deck, it was people everywhere, man. So almost 100,000 people came out to see the president of the United States speak, which is amazing. There's some sports teams that don't get that many people. I mean, most NFL teams can't even pull that kind of turnout right now, probably because of the anthem controversy is part of it. But what politician has ever drawn this many people consistently on a night-to-night basis, traveling the country? I think this is unprecedented, man. And it speaks a lot to how much the president's message resonates with the American people and what he's actually bringing to the table as far as policy solutions. It's the complete opposite of what we're seeing with the Democrats. Maxine Waters goes out and does a campaign event. She barely pulls 10 people in a room. Trump goes out every single night, and every single night it's just thousands and thousands of people waiting to hear him speak. It's amazing, man.
Yeah, bro. I mean, if people are thinking there's going to be some blue wave, they better think twice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when a kid drop, I don't know, a penny in the pool or something, and they have a little wave, maybe that's what they're talking about. But the red tsunami is getting ready to sweep this country, man. I honestly believe it. But let me shout out a few super chats, and then we're gonna get to what I really want to talk about. So, Matt, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate all that you're doing. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. Suzanne, thank you so much for the super chat. Love your channel, Brandon. Keep up the great work. Your inspiration. MAGA Ted Cruz rally was huge. So I'm assuming Susan went to the rally. Awesome. We got one more super chat. Ronald, thank you so much for the super chat. John 14:6, King James Version. Jesus said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father but by me. Keep speaking the truth, my brother. May God be with you. Thank you so much for using that scripture. But this is what I want to talk about. Mr. Adrian Norman himself.
Here we go.
Was out there going full beat Tatum on him. He came out. These protesters was blocking the entrance or the entrance exit to the rally. I mean, thousands of cars out there. Adrian, the video went viral. It's going viral. It's over a million views. I'm gonna try to share the link. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk. I'm gonna find the link and we're gonna share it. Right, tell the world what you had to say and what you saw.
Man, these fools on the left have lost their daggone minds. So we we left the rally. It was it was pretty late. I don't know exactly what time it was. I mean, it was dark outside, the whole 9 yards. So we got to the parking lot. We're talking to the police officers on the way out, thanking them for their service, noting that, hey, there's no tear gas, there's no trash cans on fire, nothing's burning. It was real odd that it was so quiet, because usually when you go to these type of rallies, something goes down. The left is unhinged right now. So there's always some kind of protest, something going on. I mean, there's been other rallies where people got, getting hit in the head with bike locks during protests, getting urine and feces thrown on them. These people are animals, right? So we come out, it's unusually quiet, whatever. We get to the car, all of a sudden traffic's backed up, and somebody's like, hey, nobody's moving because the left has these protesters out here, and initially they said they formed a human chain and had the parking lot blocked off so nobody could get out. So mind you, there's 35,000 people trying to leave this event. So that was partially true. I talked to some people afterwards and did a little bit of digging. It was a couple different things. Now, that part was true because, number one, there were some people who, and I don't know if they were Antifa or not at this point, but they were definitely leftists who were protesting. I actually had information for the chick who organized the protest, which I'm going to be posting a little bit about that tomorrow on Facebook. But they had people lay down in one of the streets blocking traffic. So that would be the human chain part. And then they actually took their vehicles and put their vehicles back to back and blocked 4 entrances and just left their cars there so that nobody could get out of the Trump rally. And I was livid because this isn't a form of protest, man. This is dangerous, because what if you have a medical emergency? What if you have somebody who needs to get an ambulance in or a fire truck? You're literally putting everybody's life in danger over some little crybaby stuff because you didn't get your way in the 2016 election and you're still pissed off about it. So I went off. There's people who were just trying to get home. Maybe they had a babysitter watching their kid. Now they got to pay the babysitter for an extra hour, an extra 2 hours to watch their kid because these fools blocked the parking lot and they couldn't get out of the lot. So I posted a video. It now has over 3.7. It's reached 3.7 million people with about 2 million views. Ton of engagement on it. So it's on my Facebook page. Feel free to check it out. And then I did a second video right afterwards with a couple friends I was with. We just kind of unpacked that whole situation and talked about it at length in the car. So you can kind of hear our commentary on what just happened. But it's ridiculous, bro. You can't even go out and have a good night and just support the political candidate that you like in peace. We weren't doing anything to these people. Not, you know what I'm saying? Nothing was going down. We just wanted to go out, hang out, hear a speech, and go to hell home. And then,
bro, when you listen, this is what happens. When you losing and you taking the L, you have to do whatever it takes, by all means necessary, to make that happen. But by the way, I'm gonna post the link to that video under this video in the description section so y'all can watch that, because Adrian went hard on that video. He already told you how many millions of views. I think this is a 10 million view video or more. But it's crazy, bro, because when you're losing and you're taking the L, this is what you do. This is what you have to do. Because if you don't do this, you're just going to get overwhelmed with truth and clarity from people on the conservative side. These liberals are literally brain dead. Not every one of them, man. I'm not going to act like, I'm somehow some grand wizard or something. I say grand wizard. That's the KKK. I'm some type of wizard that can formulate these insightful ideas into the future, and I can tell everybody what everybody's thinking. That's not true. But what I can say is that most of the stuff that we see on television is people acting unhinged.
Right.
I mean, they can't even handle a simple loss in an election, which you can bounce back from if you put out the effort in the midterms, put out the effort in 2020. The problem is, Adrian, and I say this on all of my videos, is that you're dealing with power versus the people. The Republican Party, as we see it today, right now, not even during the election, because they were anti-Trump almost most of the time, but we are seeing the people of America put first. The liberals, the left, the Democrats, as we know it right now, are putting power over the people. Leaking women's information who are supposed to be sexual assault victims. They have congressmen who have assaulted people, sexually assaulted people, and they turn a blind eye to it.
Spartacus.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, fake Spartacus. That dude is the fakest dude on planet Earth, but I digress. Now, check this out. Let's talk about something real quick. Do you think that the African-American vote, because this is important. Some people may not want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, then don't talk about it. But do you think that the African-American vote is starting to shift? Do you think there's a movement in the Black community towards President Trump, or at least away from the Democratic Party?
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, we've already had that survey come out earlier in the year that showed his approval rating among African Americans was up to 36%. That's a big jump. And it's really, it's even more remarkable when you consider the fact that the president has 91% negative coverage from the media. So almost the entire mainstream media is against him. You got the FBI and DOJ that were against him. Everybody was against this dude. And even with all of that resistance, he's still able to get enough support where his approval rating is actually higher than Obama's at the same point in his presidency. But yeah, specifically with African Americans, his approval rating has jumped pretty significantly. I would say from what I've understood, over the last couple weeks since the fall of Kanye, support has continued to increase because I think people are starting to wake up and people are starting to realize, hey, because I'm jumping around here, but T.I. had a statement today where he kind of backed off some of his earlier comments and was talking about Kanye in a different light. Like, hey, people are starting to realize that you have to think for yourself and that we have been voting for Democrats in some of these cities for 80 years, 80 plus years, voting for the same people with the same ideas, telling us, hey, this is good. This is what you need. We're going to take care of you, right? They're supposed to be the people who are looking out for us. But when we look at what happens in our communities, their policies aren't effective. Now, I'm not saying there's malice or that it was intentional, but even if it's not, regardless of the intent, the effect is that we're worse off. So people are starting to realize that, hey, these people really aren't delivering the goods that we need. They're not delivering the jobs. They're not delivering the security in our neighborhoods. They're not delivering the results on education. And why should we continue to elect the same people and think we're going to get different results? That's the definition of insanity. So yeah, people are starting to waken up because they're seeing what's happening in our communities and realizing that with all the talk, with 8 years of a Black president, right, with political power increasing in our community by putting in Black senators and Black congressmen, nothing is changing. So people are coming around to the idea that, you know what, it's time to do something different. And just like President Trump said in the 2016 campaign, what do you have to lose? We got nothing to lose at this point, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you 10,000%, man. Like, I think that it's an awakening that's going on. People get tired, they get fed up, man. You can only feed them BS for so much. And I think the turning point in a lot of this is the fact that you have the left just going up and beyond for illegal immigrants. And I'm going to talk about this in a second. Let me give a few people some shout outs on the super chat. Captain, thank you so much for the super chat. I was blessed to meet a fellowship of Somalian Christians where I met another man from Lebanon who used a part of the Hamas, all who came to know Christ as Savior. They know the value of freedom. Here we sometimes forget. I agree with you 100%. We take it for granted here in America. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Linda, super chat. God bless you in your journey. We're here with you. I'm excited. Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all super chat, man. Y'all are a blessing. But check this out. Here is another thing that I want to articulate is we are seeing a movement. I think it's apparent through the polling. I think it's going to be even more apparent this weekend when we have 400 African-American leaders, male and female, from age 14 to 35 down in the White House. And we have a movement that we have been preparing for over a year that the world haven't heard of yet. And myself, Candace Owens, and a few other people have been methodically putting this together. And all of us are going to come out this weekend and we're going to show the world something that they've never seen, something that people have been waiting on. It's almost like waiting on revelation. And it's going to be huge, man. People aren't ready for this. And I tell you what, if you want to be aware of what's going on, you need to be aware this weekend. You need to be paying attention.
Be on that social media this weekend.
Be on the social media hot. You know what I'm saying? You better be hot on the social media.
Yes, sir.
But it's about to be big. I want to answer somebody's question. They super chatted, but the super chat went off. They said, is the Young Black Leadership Summit only for students? The answer is no, but it's closed. I mean, we had over 700, 800 applications. We could only bring 400 people. We started at 300, but we had so many people that we were allowed to bring at least 400. So it's closed now. So if you're looking at this and you want to be a part of it, you can still come to DC. You can still catch us when we're doing things outside of the facility or outside the White House. Hint, hint. But as far as the actual conference, you got to wait till next year. Apply. It's going to be like 10,000 people at it next year. I can guarantee. We had to stop people. We couldn't even promote it because we didn't have enough space. So, but back to the idea at hand. I mean, I'm telling you, man, my Instagram, my social media has gone from 90-10 split, which means 90% non-African-American, 10% African-American, to like 60-40. God is my witness, man. Almost every few messages are from Black people saying, I think that you're doing a great job. I'm waking up. All of the applications I've read, probably, to be honest, I probably read 100 out of the 400 applications. I can't read them all.
Yeah.
But out of the applications that I've read, I mean, people, it's amazing stories of people who weren't always Democrat. And so let's touch on something else, man. Let's touch on something else. What I'm going to do is, and make sure y'all get the likes up, because there's 500 plus people watching. We need 500 likes on the video. Share this if you want to see more of it. But I want to do this, man. I want to open it up to questions because I got to eat here in a minute. So I'm going to have to wrap it up. But let's open it to questions. I'm going to be able to put Adrian's info in the description section when the video is over. And we're going to give a quick shout out, and then we're going to go to question and answer. So, Adrian, I want you to tell them where they can find you, your social media, your website. Give them all your information now before we go into question and answer.
All right,
you got
so
the mic.
For me, all my social media is under M. Adrian Norman. So M is in Michael and then Adrian Norman. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of it is all the same. So definitely feel free to reach out, hit me up anytime. I feel like I'm glued to my phone nowadays, man, because there's just I've been growing so much. There's a ton of engagements. I'm getting notifications all day, and I'm at the point where I can't really respond to like every message and stuff, all the DMs and whatnot. But I try to be as engaged as I can. So feel free to connect with me on there. I'll do my best to hit you back and reach out. But that's where you can find me, M. Adrian Norman.
Awesome, man. I'll put all of Adrian's info in the description section as soon as the video's over. I'm gonna type it in. But now I'm gonna open it up to question and answer from y'all. So if anybody has been holding a question, we're gonna do this for the last probably 15 minutes. Anybody who wants to ask a question, I'm looking at the questions on my cell phone, and please, by all means, ask those questions. If you super chat the questions, obviously I can see them because they're gonna blow up on the screen. I'll try to answer everybody's question no matter what you do, whether it's super chat or not. So questioning begins now. All right, the first question: do you think Trump should send the military to the border? The person says, I do. I believe that Trump should send the military to the border. This is a border threat. This is a country threat. This is a national threat to our border, our southern states, our democracy. You name it. This is a threat. There's no way in the world that we can filter or diagnose who's coming in and who's criminals, who's thugs, who have good intentions, who does not. We have no way of knowing that. So until we can do that, and they have already shown that they can become violent. They were violent against the Mexican police. You know, these people are not all friendly. And I think that this is a national threat to our democracy, a national threat to our country. We need to send our military. That's what they're for. That's what the National Guard is for. And if we need to send troops, you know, from other branches of government, then I think we need to do so. But I think we need to send somebody down there because we need to show not only a statement that we're going to protect our borders, but we need to actually be down there doing it. What do you think, Adrian?
In short, yeah. I mean, kind of like you said, I mean, we got to vet these people. You know, we're talking about, they said it's up to 10,000 people now, up to 10,000 people that are just going to, I mean, you saw what they did to the gate trying to get into Mexico. They basically tore it down and just stormed it. So what's going to happen when they get here? We're just going to let tens of thousands of people just pour across the border. Then what? You know, we already have reports that there are Middle Easterners, potentially terrorists and ISIS who are mixed in with the group. And prior to President Trump's election, they even said that part of their strategy was to mix in their fighters with migrants and refugees coming over across the southern border so we couldn't tell who was who. That's part of the reason that the president wants the wall, even though the mainstream media doesn't like to tell you that. So here's a perfect example, of why it's important. So, we know that there are terrorist cells in Mexico working with the cartels. So the reports that they're mixed in with these people are probably pretty accurate. So absolutely. So we're talking about a group of people who are coming to our southern border with the intent of forcibly entering our country against the will of the people and against the will of a government. They don't want to go through the process. It's disrespectful to the people who do come through the process the right way. But by all accounts, this is nothing short of an invasion. It should be treated as such. Now, I realize it's going to be terrible optics if there's some sort of physical confrontation with the migrants, the caravan, whatever you want to call them, and some confrontation with the military, which is, I think, part of the strategy that they're banking on. They want there to be a confrontation so they can have the video cameras create really, really negative optics. And then this is all you're going to see on your TV prior to the midterms. Hopefully we can talk Mexico into cutting these people off.
Adrian,
you good.
Killing it. Amazing Lucas just dropped through on the channel, gave a super chat, and said, "Don't stop the man while he's preaching." But hey, I got to give Amazing Lucas a shout out real quick. Amazing Lucas, go look him up. Amazing Lucas on all his social media. His channel is crazy. I think he's gonna catch me. Y'all can't let Amazing Lucas catch me, man. Get the subscriptions up. But he's good. I just want to give him a shout out, man. But Adrian, I mean, I'm with you 100,000%, man. We need to send troops lining that border up like a border wall to set the standard. So I want to answer a super chat real quick. A super chat question from Chris. What is some things you have zero tolerance for? Well, man, it just really depends on what genre we're speaking in. When you talk about the country, right? You talk about defense, you talk about in politics. I think, to be honest, I have zero tolerance for people crossing the border. Zero. Listen, this is how I compare it. Look at your house. You have a front door on your house. You own your house or you rent your house. You're responsible for your house. Anything broken, stolen, damaged, whatever the case may be, is your fault. All the groceries you put in this house, the people whom you protect in this house, hopefully you have a gun if you're smart. If you have a gun in your house, you have an obligation to protect the things, the assets, or the people in your house. That's almost like a mini country. So with that being said, the same thing goes for our southern border. We need to protect our border and make sure that we're protecting the people within the house. Everything that's a part of the house, a part of the country is liable to the people who live there, people who are citizens. You let a person just come in your house and you have not budgeted to pay for them to live, to pay for them to eat. You don't even know if they're a criminal or if they're fleeing felon. You have no idea. So the principle that you would not let them come in your house should be the same principle that you should let people come in your country. You can't just walk in my house. You better knock on my door and give me the opportunity to accept you in or not. And we already take in millions of immigrants. We take in the world's immigrants, all the refugees. We take in more than anybody else. That process seems to be fairly reasonable. But coming in here illegal is disenfranchising the integrity of our country, and it's disenfranchising the people who come here legally. What do you say, Adrian?
Amen. What was the question? What was something you can't tolerate?
Yeah, something that you can't tolerate. Well, and we'll
Man,
stick to
at this point, I can't tolerate this stupid resistance. It's gotten to the point where it's so out of control. Like that's why I went off in that video, man. I'm really just over it. And it's getting more and more violent. It's getting more and more chaotic. And it's not like the 2016 election where everybody's terrified because they don't know what Trump is going to do. We got 2 years of results. By all accounts, everything in this country is better. What are you resisting? You resisting lower taxes? You resisting being more secure? You resisting the stock market smashing 80 records? You resisting companies like Apple repatriating billions of dollars to this country and paying taxes on it? Like, what are you resisting at this point? It's absolutely crazy. So for me right now, yeah, the one thing I cannot really stomach anymore is this fake outrage, just like we saw with Kavanaugh. Anything the president does, there's this reaction that it's like every single day the sky is falling. Everything he does, it's a crisis. It's all fake. It's manufactured. We're 2 years in. It's still happening. And my patience is running out. And I know a lot of other Americans share my same sentiment on that. So that's my answer to that question, man. I'm pretty much done.
I think, bro, border security is one of a few things. But I think that I agree with you, bro. Like this protesting, zero tolerance. Like my man said, what do you have zero tolerance for? I have zero tolerance for protesters, man. Like the ones who are violent. I'm not talking about people who protest within the letter of the law. They stand in their designated areas. They get permits. They protest things that they're passionate about reasonably. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is standing in the middle of the street because it's against the law. Okay, it's called. It's a few things. If you stand on a freeway, it's going to be different than a roadway. But obstructing a public thoroughfare, that's against the law. That is a crime. Like you cannot commit crimes and still believe that that's legitimate protest.
Well, Will Johnson from United America First, they hit him with a taser at Politicon, and he wasn't doing anything other than sitting there reporting on what's going on. Very calm demeanor. He was on camera. They hit him with a taser and knocked him on the ground. And for what? Just for exercising his First Amendment right because they didn't like what he had to say. That's unacceptable to me, man.
Right, and the bashing of the politicians at going out to eat and all this other stuff. There's there's a format. You can speak with your vote. You can protest peacefully, but when you start going up in restaurants and threatening people and all this other stuff, man, you've crossed the line. Right. Now, I cannot confirm or deny that I will act like Ted Cruz if somebody ran up on me in a restaurant like that with my family. I don't think it'll end that way. But I'm just saying, it's not a good look. It's not appropriate. I want to shout out a few super chats real quick. Rhythmic Riot said, Red Wave, bring it home. I guarantee you money back guarantee we about to bring it home. We on a third leg running on a 4x1 relay, and we about to hand it out to the fastest man in the world, and we about to bring it home, baby. We already got the lead. I want to give another shout out to another famous YouTuber, O'Shea. Let me see. O'Shea is sending a super chat, which I appreciate, my brother, from O'Shea Vlogcast channel. So go follow that channel. O'Shea, write me a message and tell me where you want people to follow you at. But O'Shea, I got to get Adrian on O'Shea's channel. O'Shea, what he does, he focuses mostly on the black community. He got a black YouTube channel, and we go ham. Conservatives versus liberals. It goes down on O'Shea's channel on Sundays. I mean, throughout the week, he have these things. Me and ABL, Anthony Brian Logan, we go on there all the time. We got to get Adrian on there. Adrian, you got to get on the channel, right? We got to get you on there because you're another voice of reason. We need more intellectual, conservative black men on there. And O'Shea is a conservative. So y'all can feel free to go follow O'Shea because he's a conservative.
Right.
Appreciate you, Osei, my man, with the super chat coming through. Let's see. Let's answer some few more questions. So, if y'all don't know, it's question and answer. Somebody said that they can't tolerate Don Lemon. Don Lemonhead, literally. Don Lemonhead, literally. I probably lose about, I don't know, 1/1,000,000th of a second every night because Don Lemon is so stupid. But regardless of that, I can't stand Don Lemon either, man. He gets on my nerves. He's such a crybaby. He's racist, sexist. Everything that he claimed that other people are, that's exactly what he embodies. I can't stand him. Y'all ask one more question and then I'm gonna roll. Let's see. We'll wait for another question. Thank y'all for the super chats, though, man. It's been a blessing tonight. I'm gonna have to go back and look at how many super chats that was given, but I mean, y'all are killing it. I think I got to bring Adrian on more often, man. God dang, Adrian, when you come on, we have like either the best numbers as far as the views. We have either a lot of people supporting super chat, or we get banned for 90 days. So I don't know. So the messaging is so good we get banned for 90 days. But anyway, I got a couple super chats that came in. Uber guy, I talked to Uber guy today. We're trying to get him down to YBLS too, because Uber guy, he applied and everything. So we're gonna get Uber guy to YBLS.
Nice,
Uber
nice.
guy say,
he's dope, man. He's dope. I've seen a couple of his videos, man.
Yeah, for sure. We all got our foots on Democrats' neck. LeBron hairline is in walkaway movement. I don't know if it's walk away or back away. I don't know. His hairline it needs some Rogaine on that stuff, man. Red Tsunami, most definitely. Let's see. We got a super chat from the Eero 44. What's the name of that video, Adrian, going off? What's the name of that video, Adrian? I'm gonna try to put it in.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm on Facebook right now. Hold up. It is.
Put the link in the comment section.
Of what?
Of this. You can't see the comment section. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put the link in there.
All right.
But y'all got to see this video from Adrian.
Man, I'm just ranting. It's not a great video. It's not a good look at all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right, bro. I muted you, bro. I muted you. Hold on a second. All right. I got to figure out how to unmute you. Hold on.
Hello?
Yeah, you there? Okay.
All right. I think I did it. Yeah, it's it takes a lot to piss me off, man. And I was just kind of ranting. It's not my best video. It's not my best look. But I mean, what you see in that video is 100% real, and that's how I and a lot of other people felt that night. Again, I already told you why. We just wanted to go out and have a good night. I was hungry. I was trying to go get some ribs, and the daggone parking lot was blocked. So I was a little hangry.
Bro, but you see, this is the thing. Listen, y'all.
Yeah,
Adrian is a new YouTuber, right? I put the link in there right now. So y'all got the link. Copy and paste that on your desktop. Oh yeah. Hey, hold on, Adrian.
So that's the video right there.
Okay, Adrian.
So
let's do this.
Antifa leftists formed a human chain to block thousands of people into the parking lot. That's the title of the video. Yeah.
Let's do this. Hold the phone, Adrian. I'm gonna show everybody this video. I'm gonna show everybody the video.
All right.
Hold on a second, bro. Y'all forgive Adrian. He's new.
Give him like 1 minute though, so they can go watch it and keep pushing the views.
Okay, hold on.
It was unusually.
Hold on. Adrian is new to the YouTube world, so the raw uncut videos that I've been making that go viral, he's not used to the virality. I don't know if that's even a word, but I'm making it up anyway. So here you go. Here as we speak. Hold the phone, Adrian. Mute your thing.
Just give him like 1 minute tops.
Man, I do. Look, it's my channel. I'll take care of that.
I need the views, man. I want.
Mute your channel.
I got you.
All right, watch this. So everybody can see my channel now. Can y'all see it? Here you go, right here. Boom. Listen.
We came out. We even said to the police officers, "Wow, there's no tear gas. There's nobody protesting outside. There's no fires being lit. Everything's cool, right?" Wrong. Take a look at all this traffic right now. We are in the parking lot.
Yep, let's go.
These people been here for literally an hour. An hour. Because these little pissant protesters formed a human chain and blocked themselves on the street, blocking traffic so nobody can get out and get home to their families. This is what you're signing up for if you vote Democrat. And I'm sorry to cuss, but this is the bullshit you're going to have to deal with if you keep these people in power. What kind of childish mess is this? Look at this. These people just came out here, want to have a good time, support their president, support their next senator, and go home to their families. And now they're sitting here in this mess because a couple other people don't know how to act. This is what you get when you vote Democrat. There's going to be more. This is going to be more obstruction. There's going to be more violence. There's going to be more insurrection because that's all these people have to offer. The chaos that we see in this parking lot right now, this is the future if you don't make the right decision on November 6th. This is absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to get up here to the front, see exactly what's going down, and you have proven that you have literally nothing positive to offer.
It's the best part.
You have no vision. This is all you have. All you have is causing pain and strife for honest, hardworking Americans that are out here just trying to bust their ass and make a living and try to get home to their families after having a good night out. This is all you have to offer. Well, you know what? We're going to vote your ass out on the 6th. Wait.
There you go. There you go. Let me go back. Let me go back. My favorite part. We're going to vote you out on the 6th. I want to say this word, it was so good. But anyway, y'all put the link in the description section. I'm going to share it again just in case
that was just part one. This is a part two.
Y'all go to the channel. I shared it.
There's an 11-minute part two on my page. So check that one out too.
That 2 minute was hot though. That was a 2 minute drill, like in football. You got to go in the store. You got 2 minute drill. So hey,
11 minute.
All right, I got to get out of here. I got to eat. Adrian, tell them again where they can find you, and we out of here.
You can find me at Adrian Norman, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all the above. That's it.
All right, man. I love y'all, YouTube. Go out and vote November the 6th. If you got the early ballot, go ahead and ship that down. I'm going to fill mine out, and I want to go to the location and put it in the box. I want to see my vote get counted.
Red Tsunami.
What you say?
Red Tsunami, baby.
Oh, man. Tsunamis. All right, man. I love y'all, YouTube. Check Adrian out. I'm going to have him on again. Y'all write in the comment section. Put the number 1 if you like Adrian, if you really liked it. Put the number 1 in the description section, and we'll go from there. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.